Reactive training systems.
Hey, you're gonna have to forgive me if I'm a little out of breath and background noise and whatnot. Getting in my training session here at the guest house. We're still looking for a place to live here, but I wanted to record a quick video today because I see that a lot of people are really fundamentally misunderstanding the principle of overload. And that's causing them to make some pretty boneheaded programming decisions. The principle of overload is the one that says that you need to provide a gradually larger and larger stimulus for to sustain your progress, basically. So if you were to do the same workout over and over, at first you would get results, but then gradually results taper away and eventually stop. So I've noticed lately what a lot of people take this to mean is that they need to add volume deliberately every week. And the way that a lot of this comes into play is adding sets. They'll add an additional set to every exercise that they do every week. And that's not necessary in order to comply with the principle of overload. So all you need to do in order to comply with this principle is to do just enough additional work to sustain forward progress. And this has come up a couple times with reference to emerging strategy stuff. People don't quite understand how repeating the same microcycle every week with a flat volume intensity profile is going to comply with this principle. Well, the way it complies in a small way by increasing the amount of weight on the bar as you get stronger. However, even if you didn't do that, in the short term, it doesn't matter that much, okay? From week to week, you don't need to deliberately add volume every week in order to see additional progress. You need to add volume over months and years, probably. And the way that a lot of that is going to happen is just by you getting stronger. As you get stronger, you're going to handle more weight for every rep that you do, and that's going to provide additional stimulus. And that's why you see guys who are, 20, 30-year veterans in powerlifting, and they're not doing, 500,000 sets every session. Well, they got stronger and they've been getting stronger for a long time. It's not because they're just continually adding more sets to every session. It's that they've gotten stronger, and that volume that comes from getting stronger is a sufficient impulse in lots of situations. Now, if you get to the point where you hit a plateau, something more prolonged, and let's say within the context of emerging strategies, if you've done a couple development cycles and you're not seeing the progress that you need to see or that you would expect to see, and you've exhausted other options like trying different exercises, different loading parameters, different templates, and different frequencies and things like that, then I would say go ahead and increase the volume deliberately, add additional sets and things like that. But the thing is, especially within the context of emerging strategies, your volume needs to be set at a pretty brisk pace to begin with. We want it set not to the point where you have trouble recovering, but to where it's drawing on your recovery reserves for the most part. Now, I mean, if you can make progress doing less work than that, then great, ride that wave as long as you can. But I'm finding that a lot of people need to push the training. I mean, you have to train hard to see the results that you want. So for a lot of people, they need to push that workload, if not all the way to the recovery limit, at least until we're getting close to that. So if you just started adding sets every week or anything resembling that, you're going to quickly overtax your recovery reserves, and you're going to be in a bad situation. So that's really the core message that I want to send to you today. As far as overload and gradual overload in terms of increasing the workload is going to come primarily from you getting stronger over time. And the times when you want to reach for that tool of just flat increasing the workload in a deliberate way, increasing the volume, increasing the sets, increasing the number of exercises, the total volume, that's going to be a tool that you want to reach for a little bit later on.
Reactive training systems.